What up, fam? Wait, is the volume up? I don't know if the volume is up. There we go. What up, fam? Hey, everybody. I don't know why I decided to get on live tonight. I don't even know if anybody's gonna jump on. But I figured it was kind of hot, kind of bored, doing nothing, eating my grapes, sipping on my water. I was like, you know what? There's a lot of comments on today's video and the last few videos, so I'm just gonna jump on a random live and see who's up. I know the East Coast is late for y'all. It's like almost midnight. It's almost 9 here. Like, for real, what time is it? I don't even know. Hey! Some people jumped on! Look at that! Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys! Hi, Doug! Hi, Aunt Catherine. Aunt Catherine is parked right there. Hey, everybody. This is like legit random. I wasn't quite sleepy yet, and I've been watching a little bit of Netflix. I recently got caught up on my Game of Thrones. You guys know that. I watched a little bit of Oz. Anyway, I was kind of bored. That's why I jumped on this live. I know we haven't done a live in a really long time, except for those that joined me on the Up All Night lives, which I did not replay. So anyway. Oh, Emily, you think I'm pretty? Thank you. Man, we got a lot of people that jumped on. What y'all doing up this late? Hi, Karen. Welcome to your first live. Oh, cool. You're in Northern Virginia, or from Northern Virginia, and your son teaches special ed in Alexandria. Woo! Is he with Fairfax County or Alexandria County or City? Whatever one it is. I'm so... Wow, you guys. It's so cool that you guys jumped on. I feel so special right now. Oh, Fairfax County. That's where I taught. Fairfax County. I mean, the county itself, but... Good for him. Yes, smash the like button. Thanks, Miss M. Anyway, I'm bored. I'm not sleepy yet. My glasses are so smudgy. Ugh. I called myself cleaning them, but I didn't do a good job. And this light is like blinding me. So I'm really legit just bored. And so I was like, I wonder if anybody else is up and bored. I've been watching YouTube videos and checking for jobs online. So that's been my day for the most part. I did get to run into Walmart. Uncle Homer drove me to Walmart. So that video is coming up soon about what I bought at Walmart. So I won't talk about that. So the daily videos, how are you guys liking the daily doses? I think most of you are enjoying the little short videos every day. Am I correct? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Bonnie says, I'm in Federal Way, Washington. Ooh, you're up in Washington State, huh? Nice. I don't know what is going on. I cannot wait to be able to get a new eye exam and some new lenses, because this is just, it's just too much. I would like to get new frames too, but I think I'm just going to have to replace the lenses. Hey, Veronica Johnson. Let's see. Don't be announcing where we are. I just told people I was parked next to you. Don't be telling people where we is, lady. Don't be doing that. All right, who did I miss? Did I miss any questions? I don't think I did. Hey, Vonda. All right, I don't think I missed any questions. I deleted it. Nobody saw it. At least I hope they didn't. Anyway, don't be disclosing my location. This is a live video. Anyway. Patrick! Well, I had my knee brace on earlier today. I had it elevated while I was in here chilling in the van all day. I don't really have ice because I don't have a freezer. My refrigerator can be a freezer, but it can be either or, not both. So because I have food in there, it's not a freezer. So there's that. Anywho, look what I found at the dollar store. I don't know if it's really helping me or not, but they had alkaline water there at the 99-cent store. It says pH of 9.5. I don't know a whole lot about alkaline water. It doesn't taste no different to me, so I don't know what that means. I do not know. You do not want people to know I drove to Hawaii? That would be a glorious... Look, if I was in Hawaii right now, I would open the door and let y'all see. For real, I would share that. Jeannie wants to know, can people who want to van dwell, can they try to get a donated van maybe? I mean, I don't know where you would go about trying to find a donated van. Maybe a church? Maybe. I don't see why you couldn't. You can van dwell, because you can vehicle dwell in any vehicle. You can start out in any vehicle until you save up the money. That's what I did. I started in an SUV I already had, and then when I had the $800 saved up for the minivan that I found online, I sold my SUV for like $500 because it needed work, a lot of work. So I sold that for $500, and then the church I was going to at the time, I think they gave me like $150 or something, and then I had the rest of the money. So yeah, I mean, you could do that. Yeah. Disabled people / low income. Kat wants to know, if your fridge can be a freezer, can you make ice in the freezer and put it in a cooler? Then I don't know what I would do with all the food that's in the fridge. Like, where would I put it until that ice freezes? Like, it would just make more sense for me to buy a bag of ice, to be honest, and just use what I can. Or go to, like, McDonald's and get a Ziploc baggie full of ice or something like that. It doesn't really make sense for me to turn my refrigerator on the lowest setting in order to make ice in ice cube trays while my food, because that could take hours while my food is sitting out, because it's quite hot here. It's like in between 85 and 90. So, I mean, I don't want my food sitting out while I'm trying to make ice. Basketball Babe says alkaline water is BS. They add baking soda to it to up the pH, and then they call it alkaline. You think so? I don't know. I feel like I would taste baking soda, but maybe you're right. In the process, who knows? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Yeah, like Doug is saying, his van was only $400. My minivan was only $800. But I started in my SUV, which is what I had first. And yeah, it needed work, but I had it for 2 months before I got the minivan. So, I mean, do what you got to do to make it work. Because at least if you're living in the vehicle, you're not paying the rent anymore, which means you're saving that money towards another vehicle. So just downsize really, really tight if you're living in a smaller vehicle. Hey, LA. Bonnie's looking for a van or a shuttle bus on online auctions. Nice. Good luck. I hope you find something. Hello, Anne. Another first timer to a live. Woohoo. Yes, it is that hot already, Val. Wish good. Bonnie's saying wish good, find good van for under $1,000. I'm sure you can. It'll take more looking, but yeah, you'll definitely, you'll find it. LA is saying, I keep my small fridge on freezer mode and my large one on fridge mode. I don't have a double thing. Mine is just one unit, but it can be a freezer or a refrigerator. It is not a combo, so it's a refrigerator. I don't need a freezer. Jeannie, you can see what I have on Crystal's channel. Oh yeah, sorry about that. That is really. Thanks, Nightbot, for reminding us. You is an emoji in all caps for questions. I'm actually gonna turn this way so I can put my leg up. Are the kids sleeping? Patrick, I had to move the kids. The kids are like stuck in a shoe pocket. I can't even see their faces right now because their heads are all drooped down. So yeah, I guess they're sleeping. Ah. Bonnie says your curtain will be on the way soon. I hope I have the right address. I hope so too, because I'm going to be leaving here in a couple of weeks, like 2.5-ish weeks or so. So I hope so. It's the address that's down below, and if you don't put the unit number C1-392, it won't be delivered. I don't know enough about vehicles to tell you what's the best vehicle. In my opinion, the best vehicle is the one that I can afford. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know cars. I mean, clearly you know what's a good car. I mean, almost everybody knows what's a good car. You hear people talking about cars all the time. When you take your car in, you hear mechanics talking, like, you know what a good car is. So that's not something you really need to ask. You need to, if you don't have a budget, if you're like, you got the money, then get the best thing you can with the lowest amount of miles. If you're on a tight budget, get what you can afford and just piecemeal fix it up and upgrade as you can. Hi Brian, thanks for loving the channel. I'm doing okay. Not going to Missouri. Oh Lord. My wine stays in the fridge. Vonda says call Child Protective Services for the kids. Kids, your father wants to see you. Here are the children. Here are the children. Her hair's a little wild, but she alright. That's alright. She okay. I need to put it in a rubber band. There's the kids. There's Buzz and what's her name? Calypso. Alright, y'all sit right here. You happy? Oh no, he started a fire. Why did he wait so late to do a fire? Why didn't he do one when we were all still sitting out there? I'm not coming back out. I'm not coming back out. I got pajamas on. I'm chilling now. I'm not coming back out. Val wants to know, are you taking the route through Colorado? I will be doing a video soon of what my East Coast travel plans are, so I won't be talking about them now. That's a daily dose video. I gotta get that on film. It's hard coming up with things to talk about every single day. My life is boring. They're not Cabbage Patch Kids. They're TI kids, TY kids. They're Beanie Kids. They're not Cabbage Patch Kids. What in the world, Cabbage Patch Kids? You think these are Cabbage Patch Kids? These are not Cabbage Patch Kids. They're Beanie Baby Kids. By the way, the water from the Dollar Tree Crystal Geyser is close to neutral, 7 pH. It's a good deal for good water. I do like that water. I really like the Crystal Geyser water, but here we tend to refill our water jugs because I can refill it for 15 cents. I can refill a 1 gallon jug for 15 cents instead of buying a whole another $1 gallon of water. So yeah, not coming to Cleveland. Not coming to Cleveland. Yes, Buddy and Doug's Big Adventure. Doug is the man typing. Buddy is the dog. You should really put your name first. Everyone's always going to call you by the first name they see, which is Buddy. But Buddy gets top billing, I guess. Yeah, I'm upset about the job myself because I need that money. I got van repairs, plus, like, I need about $500 or a little more to get back east, because gas prices are just slowly creeping up. I'm like, what the heck? It's like $2.97 was the cheapest I saw, and $3.09 was like the highest. Well, one of the highest. I only passed 2 gas stations today. Anyway. I don't know what it's like on the East Coast, but crazy. As you travel through each state, you know, the gas changes are going to go up and down. So I need to be prepared. for that. Ugh. Oh yeah, just spit the grape out. Yeah, that was gross. Sorry. Anyway. I don't know if you can hear the fan, but I got my fan going. Hopefully it's not too loud. I gotta find something though. I should probably be on my adult job right now, my adult phone job. I'll probably do that when I get off with you guys. What's the weather like? The weather is today, I think it got up to like 89. Not humid because it's Arizona, so it's a dry heat, but it's still hot because there's no shade here. We're in all open space. So there's like no tree to park under. Not that I would really park under now that I have solar. This is why I need a, I'm hoping I can make the money this summer when I get a job. I need a suitcase solar or a flexible panel that I can hook up to my system that I can sit outside and chase the sun around the van so that this summer I can park in the shade, because I'm going to be forced to park in the dang sun all summer long so these stupid solar panels in the back of the van can get sun. I know likey. So yeah, I got to figure that situation out. Get a cheapy 100 watt panel that I can just sit outside and move around the van and chase the sun. Put it on like a 60-foot wire and just move it around. Ugh. Hey, lady from Kansas, also eating grapes. Use the Gas Buddy app to find gas prices. I usually, as I travel, I usually go to Flying J's because I have that Flying J card and I can save like 3 cents a gallon. And they're convenient because you can go to the bathroom there, you can dump your trash there. Like, it's just convenient. You know, there's like, you know, you can grab water or drinks or snacks. It's just convenient to hit those travel center type things. Ugh. Basketball Babe says, you're lucky I have to use premium. And on the East Coast, it's about 50 cents more a gallon in the DMV. Oh yeah, I know that. 45 in southern Wisconsin. Oh yeah, let's go. Doug says, Crystal, I'm looking at a different van. 92 Dodge B350 former wheelchair. Oh wow, you're gonna get a new van, Doug? What? Oh shucks, I thought you were gonna upgrade your van. Wow. And then what are you gonna do with your van? I guess you could sell it. You put some work into it. Man, that's pretty cool. Wish I could afford to buy it because it's a high top. I would like a high top, but I'm not putting a high top on this thing. This thing, it would cost too much. The money that I would pay to put $3 grand to $5 grand, I could just buy another van. That's cool. Good for you, Doug. Kat says, I use the Easy Pop tent over my van to shade from the sun. Yeah, but it would still, I mean, I would have to, I guess I could figure out something to shade part of my van, maybe. I don't know. That's a project for another day. I don't even want to think about that. I do have on the outside, next to my panels, I do have that shower curtain, that second shower curtain with the big afro woman on it. I have it rolled up, and it's attached to the side of my panels on that luggage rack. So all I need is poles for the other end, because it's attached, and it doesn't come off because I've driven on the highway with it since I put it up. But if I open it up, I have nowhere to attach it, so I need some kind of poles. I have a makeshift awning, basically, is what it is. So I can use that this summer, but that's kind of obvious, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be on the East Coast for the summer, and on the East Coast, you don't really want to be so obvious, because I'll be like spending my days, if I'm not working, at a park, you know what I mean? Like a local park. So I don't want to be pulling out an awning and everything, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a little bit. Out here, BLM land, nobody cares. We're all doing the same thing. But out there, you gotta not necessarily be super stealth, but you also don't want to draw unnecessary attention to yourself. And the police do patrol the parks occasionally, and being black, I don't want to give them any more reason to be like, what you doing, because I have that. When I was in the minivan, I had that. Like, I had the sliding door open in the summer, parked under a tree, windows down in the front, side windows popped open, sliding door open with my little screen, chilling in the bed, catching a breeze. And I had a cop pull up and was like, what you doing? And I'm like, chilling in my van. Like, is that illegal? And he was like, no. Just wondering, are you okay? I'm perfectly fine. Like, why are you asking me? Did you go to everybody else at this park and ask them what they was doing? Like, why are you bothering me? So, you gotta be a little careful. You just gotta be a little careful. Elaine, you sent me a package today. Thank you so much. Here in Seattle, you don't know if you want the heat on or the windows open weather here. Yeah, it really did get down cold last night. Like, I relocated my blankets, a couple of blankets, so I can grab them if I need them at night. So I had to pull the wool blanket out and just throw it on top of the covers, because now I just have a sheet and a very, very, very thin cover, like very, very thin, not much thicker than the sheet, which is my summertime setup, because it got so hot. I thought, well, okay, I'm going to summertime stuff now. No, last night got cold, so I had to put that back on. Doug says another deal, $800 with 80,000 miles. You get good deals. That's great. How long are you going to be up tonight so I can set my alarm clock? Oh, no, tonight's not an all-nighter, sweetie. No, no, no. I was just bored. Just bored. Yeah, somebody else was telling me about the painter poles that they use for paint rollers, because they expand in length. Somebody else today was telling me that, a gentleman who's parked here with us. So I'll have to check into those and see how much they are. It's not something I'm going to purchase anytime soon, but yeah. Yep. The Velvet Lounge, boondocking while black. I mean, there's just that added component that I always have to think about being back on the East Coast, because out here it's like nobody's really checking for that. Nobody's really caring about that. Like, legit, I got lights under my van right now flashing to keep, help keep rodents away. I got my hood pop with the light under. Like, I wouldn't do any of that stuff on the East Coast. Like, none of that. Like, right now my windows are down. I got this bright light on in here. I'm talking all loud. Windows in the front are like halfway down with the screens on. Like, no, you can't do any of that on the East Coast. Like, there's no like open area where you could just do that. Nah. I would have to go to a campground and pay for a campground, or go to a KOA, or RV park or something like that, to have that be okay or seen as okay. Like, I couldn't just do that on street parking, or I couldn't do that at in someone's driveway or in someone's yard if they had the land and they asked me, told me to come and park. You can't do that. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating to be an East Coast nomad vehicle dweller. Hey, Lisa. Thanks for catching me live. It's Friday in New York. Yes, it is Friday on the East Coast. Not quite here. I think it's after 9, maybe 9:30. Let me see. Let me pull up the time. I think I can pull it. Yeah, 9:32. See, I know my time. Tiny wants to know if I would go back to a minivan. I don't want to. I'm not going to say no, because you never know what circumstances are going to happen. I don't want to go back to a minivan. I would hate to go smaller, and I don't want to go a great deal larger, because that's also gas mileage that you got to deal with. But don't think I want to go back smaller. I would prefer not to do that. Somebody is telling me the price of the poles, $33 at Walmart. Yeah, that's still not an expense I'm going to do right now. Hey, Elvis, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate it. LA Gun says you are right. The East Coast is different. Yeah, LA is in Maryland. Yeah, it's like I have to switch my mindset when I start hitting that way, because it's like, oh yeah, can't do that, can't do this. Like, it's hard to do videos in the van at night on the East Coast. I'll do them during the day on the East Coast, but to do them at night, you got to just be like, shut it down, quiet, dark, nothing. Like, nobody can know. Don't move. Like, I'm legit afraid to breathe in here sometimes, depending on where I'm parked. You can hear people out, because it's summer, right? You know, it's summer, so, you know, people are hanging out a little later, school's out, so it's like, people are all walking around your van, talking, walking their dogs, kids running around, and you're just kind of like laying there like, oh gosh, I can't even breathe right now. I have to put my earbuds on or my headphones on to listen to Netflix at night, which I'm so used to just having everything be just however, just living my best life, you know, not worried about those little things. But I really have to put my East Coast brain on when I get out there and be like, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. During the day, it's not so bad, because I'll go to the library and park in their parking lot. I'll go to a public park and park in that parking lot. So daytime is, you know, you can be a little more free. But in the evenings, it's like when it gets dark, everything has to get shut down. Like, no lights. Put the tablet on the dimmest setting so you can just barely see it. Put the headphones on. Like, it's a whole situation. Don't move around too much because you don't want the van to rock, you know. You don't want nobody to walk by and your van is rocking, like, clearly somebody's in there, you know, because people will call popo quick on anything. And it's just like, man, ugh. It's crazy. This is not a Freaky Friday. Not a Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday is next month, the second Friday on the odd number months. Odd months. Anyway, I'm not even going to be on here very long because I was just bored for a little bit. So I just legit wanted to say, hey, what's up? Don't forget to do the thumbs up, guys. About half of y'all forgot. Velvet Lounge says, I'm Coast royalty in Connecticut. Sites online for newbies. Bob Wells, cheaprvliving.com. There's no need to go anywhere else. He's been doing it for years, and he's had that website for years, and there's no need to reinvent the wheel. Everything you need to learn about van life is Bob Wells has probably got it on his website, cheaprvliving.com, and same thing YouTube, cheaprvliving on YouTube. There's nothing that I can tell you that he hasn't already done. He has written the book on it, so there's a forum on his website. You can meet other people in your area. Go for it. I have not been camping in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Val. I'm not a mountain kind of person. I don't like the mountains. Thank you, Eileen. I will try and remember to email you when I get it. Doug says I can stealth out your van for you. My van is fairly stealth. I mean, there's not much. I mean, I do have the 2 solar panels now, but I don't have like, you know, I don't have the, the fan and all that. I don't have all that on the outside of my van. So my van is fairly stealth. You can't see in any of my windows on the sides or the back. So you can't see in those windows. This is just a piece of fabric because this is my mesh screen, you know, with the magnets that I can get in and out of this door. But because this little, shade is very thin, plus on the edges here you can see through. And when I'm in here filming and stuff, I don't want anybody to walk by and be like peeking in here being all nosy. So I just put that piece of fabric up there. But when I go to bed, I take that down because I'm over here sleeping, so it doesn't matter. LA Gun says, my neighborhood would go nuts if they saw someone boondocking. They don't even allow RVs in the neighborhood unless you are packing and unpacking. Yeah, HOAs are horrible. HOAs are the worst thing ever. They have so many rules about what you can do. Like, that's what I tell people. You don't own your home, because if you really truly owned your home, you should be able to paint that thing Pepto-Bismol pink if you wanted to, but not if you have an HOA, you can't. And you can pay off that home, but guess what? Don't pay those taxes and see if they take that house from you. You don't really ever own a home. Never. It's never yours. You die, leave it to your kids, and it's paid off. They don't pay the taxes. Guess what? They're taking that home. It's never really your home. Never. You never own it. Spell wants to know, do you ever use Boondockers Welcome? I do not. Boondockers Welcome, the little bit I know about it, I think you have to pay for that. It's not a free service. I think it's free for people to list their property. It's free for them to list. But as a user of it, you have to pay, I think, a monthly fee. So I wouldn't use something like that where I have to pay for it. Let's see. All right, good night, Erica. Crystal, is my van stealth? Not. No, your van's not stealth at all, Doug. Did you get my picture of me? I emailed you. I did, Patrick. I'm not even talking to you about that. You're just too silly for words. Harris wants to know if you ever come to Missouri. I missed it. Hold on. We own RV Park and would love to meet you and love your videos and organization tips. Oh, that's so excited. In Missouri, huh? I might have to come and look you guys up. You do a little video about your RV park. It's cool that you allow vans. A lot of RV parks are very snobbish. They won't allow certain year-aged RVs, and they don't allow vans at all because they say you're not self-contained, you have no tanks, we don't want you here. And I'm thinking, but you have bathrooms here, so what difference does it make if I have a tank or not? I don't understand that at all. I'm like, okay, but you have bathrooms and showers and a laundry facility, but you want my van to be self-contained? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, if I'm willing to pay the 20, 25, 30, 35 bucks to spend the night, why do I have to have tanks when you have a bathroom here? I don't get it. Like, that don't even make no sense. And they don't allow old RVs either. It's crazy. Val says, for the person who asked what van to get, Bob Wells has 2 videos. Oh, okay, yeah. Doug said, I have never paid for a place to park camp in the past 5 years of full time. So I paid twice. So I paid, oh, excuse me. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Woo. Okay, it didn't come. It'll probably come in a minute. So I paid when I stayed with Mama Willow and she got sick. So we paid for 4 nights. I think it was 4 nights total we paid. So we only planned on staying 1 night, and we split the cost of that. A subscriber had sent me some money in PayPal, so I asked Mama Willow if we could stay a second night if I paid for it. She said yeah, and we were on one space, so it was only $35 a night. So we stayed on one space, both of our vans, both minivans. And that's the night she got sick, so I'm glad we stayed a second night. You can go watch that video. Then when she got sick, she was in the hospital. And so subscribers saw the video, and one of my friends / subscribers called the KOA we were staying at. She reached out to me to ask me where we were, called them, and paid for a night. And then other subscribers sent money on PayPal, and that paid for another night. So we ended up having to stay longer because she was in the hospital for a couple of days. And then I didn't want to leave as soon as she got out of the hospital in case she had any more issues. So we stayed a total of like 4 or 5 nights, I think. So, and then, friends at the RV park, I think, paid for a night too. So I think it was like 4 or 5 nights we stayed there, which was good. I'm glad we were there when she got sick. But anyway, so I did pay for a place there, but that was, extenuating circumstances. And then I paid for a couple of parks when we were going on the Maine trip before I started full-time van life. The Melanin Express, you can watch those videos. It's a playlist. Melanin Express. Melanin meaning the stuff that makes brown people brown, that's in our skin. There were 4 of us, black people, in the group, and we were going up to Maine. Didn't quite make it to Maine, but anyway, we paid for a couple of RV parks on our way up to Maine. So, didn't make it to Maine. That was upsetting. But, I made it to Maine the next year because I was bound and determined to get to Maine, and now I'm going to Maine every year. Looking at a light will help you sneeze. Really? Okay, did not know that. Harris says, we are a friendly RV park. We have had van groups come here with their clubs, plus vintage camper rallies. Everyone is welcome. Oh, that is so nice. Thank you, Shelby. Can you email me your information, Shelby? And I will put that in my little back pocket of resources. And when I'm coming through that area, I will definitely look you up and let you know before I get there. Crystal at crystalvanner.com. I keep forgetting I have a new email address. Crystal at crystalvanner.com is my email. I mean, I still check the other one too if you want to use the one down below, but yeah. Yes, LA Gun met me in an RV park, but I did not pay for that space. Somebody else did. But yes. Good night, Viewed This. Thanks for jumping on. Hey, Mr. G, you don't remember the Melanin Express video? Yeah, it's a whole playlist. I think there was maybe 4 videos of our trip going up to Maine, and like I said, we didn't make it, but we had some fun. We would have made it if one person wasn't with us, because me and the other 2 people had done a trip before together and had an excellent time. And the funny thing, it was me, another woman, and 2 guys. The 2 guys and myself had done a trip before together. The 3 of us, we went down to the beach and had a great time, great trip. All 3 of us drove our individual vehicles, got down there in good timing, camped, had a great time. So we thought it would be the same experience. We were just going to add another person. Little did we know. Adding that other person effed up our trip. So I was pretty much pissed the whole trip. Yeah. It's like I said, we didn't make it to Maine. It was while I was still working, so I was on spring break from work. And so I literally had less than 10 days because I wanted to take the weekend before I needed to be back at work to go see my son. So I think the total spring break was like 9 or 10 days. And so I said, look, I'm going to give y'all 5, maybe 6 of these days, and then I need to get to see my son. So, I mean, you should really be able to get up to Maine in 5 to 6 days and back, right? Like, you should. I'm like, we divide it in half. Get on up there in 2 to 3 days, and then I can take my time going back another 3 days and get to see my son and my granddaughter. So, yeah. I can't even remember how far I got. Honestly, I don't remember. I would have to go look at those videos to see how far I got, because I don't even think I got to Rhode Island, to be honest with you. I think I got maybe to Massachusetts, maybe. I'm gonna take my allergy pill because I'm feeling like my ear and just with the fan blowing on me pretty much all day today, it's not feeling real good. So let me take my supplements. And I think I'm going to take I'm going to take 2 allergy pills tonight. Let's go ahead and dope myself up real good. Dope it up. But yeah, so anywho. Any other questions? Doug says urban stuff camped in and around Chicago and the suburbs for 4 months last summer. That's cool. My melanin was repoed. Oh no, Patrick. No. We're not doing that. I'm not even talking to you. There are good people in here tonight. The Fanner family is awesome. Where's my applesauce? Y'all know I have to take my medicine with applesauce. You know I can't swallow pills. I have always had that issue. I either have to take it with pudding or applesauce. Ever since I was a kid. The trolls were into bed, Catherine says. Bye, Vanny. Oh, you're saying hi? I don't know if you're saying hi or bye. Buddy, you gonna volunteer to be the troll? I cannot with you. Is selling, aka reselling stuff on eBay, too hard when you're mobile, assuming a person stays put for a few weeks. It depends on your storage capacity. Like, are you going to haul a trailer? Or are you going to have your, like, if you have your bed high enough to put bins under it for your stuff that you're selling? I don't think it's hard to do because there's post offices. Post offices, is that right? Yeah. There are post offices everywhere. So you can just stop at any post office, and as long as you label your stuff. Oh! When I went to Walmart today, I had to buy forks, spoons, and knives. And let me tell you why. I'll show you. Where is it? Hold up, I gotta find it. Hold up. Hold up, hold up. Okay, so I got a bunch of, not a bunch. I got 2 spoons, a fork, and a knife from Dollar Tree when I first started van life. And this is the only one that I have left. Because these handles break. So this is the only one that I have left. I had 2 spoons, 1 fork, and 1 knife. Like, you know, regular butter knife, dinner knife, not sharp knife. I have a couple of sharp knives. And this is the lonely survivor. So when I went to Walmart, first when I was at the 99-cent store, I went looking for silverware, but they have the exact same kind with the plastic handle. And I was like, no, I want all silverware. So when we went to Walmart, when Uncle Homer and I went to Walmart, I went to look in there, and they're sitting here soaking. I went to look in their section, and I got knives, spoons, forks. So I got a 4-pack of forks, which I don't know why they were so cheap. But anyway, there's a 4-pack of forks, and they were 88 cents for 4. They were all taped together, and I thought it was a 3-pack. So it was not. So a 4-pack of forks for 88 cents. I got 3 knives. Where's the other spoon? And 3 spoons. The 3-pack of spoons was $1.50, and the 3-pack of knives was $1.50. So now I have 4 forks, 3 knives, and 3 spoons. And they're all silver handles and everything, which I'm so happy about because those stupid plastic handles break. I'm not happy about that. I had to keep throwing my fork and spoon and knife away. Especially when I only had 1 knife. So when I threw that away, it was okay, I have no more like butter knife. But I had 2 sharp knives. Anyway. Good night, Loretta. If your last video said you needed repairs, I do. So I need a brake master cylinder, which, thanks to a dear sweet friend of mine, they ordered the part for me, and now I got to get it put on. Uncle Homer's going to try and help me with it. Hopefully it's something we can do together. Otherwise, there's a mobile mechanic here that's going to charge me to do it, which I'm trying to lessen my bills. So, anyway, we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow. It's going to be hot, so I'm going to try and get up early. Hopefully tomorrow we can get it put on. If not, we'll try it Saturday, I guess. So, anyway. That, and then I need the timing belt. And what is the thing? The tensioner, the pulley. I need that. I need that replaced too. And the mobile mechanic said he could do it all. I'm right. My tray table is sitting up. It's right here. I'm using it right now. I have my grapes sitting on it. I got my water bottle sitting on it. I've been using it. So you guys don't know, or some of you probably do know, but these daily dose videos are not shot same day that you see them. So this table was done about a week ago. Nah, maybe less than a week. Maybe 5 days ago. So I've had it up here for 5 days. And I use it regularly. Not every single day, but like today it's been up pretty much the whole day. Because I had my tablet up here for a while. I had my laptop up here yesterday and today for doing some things. So it's working. But I had to dump my gray tank today, and you guys saw that gray tank video, so you know that the table was like right here in front of them. So it was kind of awkward holding the table up while pulling the jug out, which was a little fuller than normal. So it was like, okay, I gotta hold the table up and pull this out. So the other thing that I'm not like super happy about is, I mean, at some point I do want to rebuy the table, because the table is an excellent table. It's like $18 and some change at Walmart. I love the way it folds flat, because the legs fold up and the table folds flat, so it's completely flat. I can slip it, you know, behind the refrigerator, or, you know, in between here when driving. So I really want to purchase the table again, because with this table attached to the sink area, I can't move it anywhere. So sometimes it is in my way. Like, I can't get around it. So I've got to put it down every time I need to go out. So it's kind of in the way. Like my little table right now, I can sit it up, you know, move it over in front of the first set of drawers. If you watch my drawer videos, you'll see them. But I can sit the table, if this table were on legs, I could move it over there and just get in and out of my door and not have any issues. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. Plus, when I'm sitting back and I need my back against here, I can't reach it. Whereas if I had the feet or the leg to it, I could slide it up, slide it closer to me, because the way the leg is, it's a U-shaped leg. It can go under my bed. So that's the only thing about it. I knew it was temporary. I was going to throw it away because the leg broke. So, and it wasn't the leg that broke, the mechanism that folds and unfolds the leg is what broke. It completely went up inside of the metal. I pushed the button in to close it up one day, and it slipped inside. The whole mechanism slipped inside, and there's no way to get it out. Trust me, I tried everything. Screwdrivers, hooks, everything, trying to pull that bad boy down, because I was not trying to get rid of the table. But I couldn't fix it. So I will replace the table at some point. But I do like having it here. It's good to know that, you know, okay, well, for right now, this works, because it's a bigger surface than the little table. But yeah, thanks for asking. Next time you are in Connecticut, lunch dinner's on us. Oh, that's so sweet. Can't find Buddy's van tour on your page. How can I find it? It should be. It was just this month, so it should be there. Go to my page, then go to videos, and just scroll down. You'll see it. It says Doug's van tour. No, it's okay, Doug. I appreciate it. So he's kind of hasn't given me a whole. I'm answering Adventures to Spirits comment. He didn't give me a complete estimate yet, so don't know how much everything's gonna cost. But probably gonna be a couple $100, $300 maybe for everything. And there's another thing that he wants to do, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to do. I might have to wait till I get to the East Coast to do. It's not an urgent thing, but it is needed. And then I need to get an oil change, and I would like to get 2 back tires before I leave, but those aren't super important. My tires are not bad, but you know, I gotta drive across the country, so it's like, oh, it would be nice to have 2 new tires. But anyway, yeah. Bye, Miss M. Warming up. Okay, Bonnie, I'm gonna need you to stop instigating Patrick. There shall be no kids. Elaine wants to know if I want to live in a tiny house in the future. So I just saw a really cool video on YouTube today about a shipping container house that this guy and his wife built. And I've always, ever since like 2010, I've wanted to live in a shipping container house. I do not know what it is about shipping containers, but because I like very modern, I like metal, and I like very angular, straight, you know, lines. So something about that is very appealing to me. So I would love to be able to get a small little piece of land and put like 3 shipping containers on it. 1 for me as a home base, and 2 that I can rent out. I would love to do that. So maybe one day, who knows? Hello. The bus in Vancouver. What? What's up, Gus in the bus? I hope everyone's having a good night or a good morning too. RVing, keeping it rolling. Hello, Wild Feather. So many new people, so many new names I'm seeing that have never been on a live before. Welcome to your live. This is just a really random live, so there's nothing. Just ask away. If I have a video coming up soon about a question you asked, I will tell you that I have a video coming up soon. But yeah, no, just complete random, utter nonsense. And I'm only going to be on for maybe another 10 minutes. So if you want to ask. Rated G to PG questions though. No, this is not Freaky Friday. All about me. Good night. 1 a.m. in Georgia. Yeah, you need to go to bed. I'm selling my Wild Feather is selling their Tucson to get a van. Nice. Griggs is new here. Hello. Everybody is new. So many new people. Did you guys forget to hit the thumbs up when you came in? Oh no. Turn your phone around the long way and hit the thumbs up real quick, or exit out, hit the thumbs up, and then come back. Doug says 10 minutes or 10 hours. What's the difference? Because, Doug, I don't want to be on a live all night like we did the other couple of nights. That was fun, though. I don't know how many people were on those 2 up all night lives that I did, where I stayed up to like 5 a.m. I think one I stayed up to almost 6 a.m. Well, that's when I was prepping myself for the job. Raise your emoji hand if you were in the up all night lives. Those were fun. But nobody can see them because I deleted them immediately. It was just for us. It was just for us. You had to be there. Someone says, Fun Size Lady says, I was on one for a little bit after you had been on for 4 hours already. Yes, LA was definitely on there. Hey, Miss Harris. I did one. This were great. Gus in the Bus says, I love doing my lives. First time I'm on yours. Lives are fun because you get the interactive reaction, the like right away feedback. So I don't mind lives. I haven't been doing them in a really long time. So if you look back on my channel, you'll see that my last live, I think it shows it as 2 months ago, because it's been a while. The up all night lives were just for us. There were no real, it wasn't for anybody else. And those are too long. A 5 or a 6 hour live, like that's just too long to put up for somebody to watch. Hey, Estella. So yeah, lives are fun. I like talking to you guys. I like hearing what you're saying, right away, instead of having to read comments later. So it's kind of cool. Did you find it, Bonnie? Good. Arvine says I have to put a motor in the one that I bought. Keep faith, I will get my van fixed. I'll definitely get the van fixed. It's just going to take me longer. The problem is it's pushing my date of when I can leave here back, because I've got to make money to pay for the repairs and buy the parts. That's the issue. Like, ugh. So, like, I was supposed to leave here May 1st, and it looking like that might not happen now. So, it's like, great. And it's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And I can't go anywhere because I've got to stay here because I need the van repairs. And this is where the mechanic is. So, it's like, all right. And I need to make the money quick because he's also leaving the very beginning of May. So, if I don't have my ducats in a row... And I already owe him $100 for doing a tune-up. He charged me $350 for the tune-up. I still owe him $100 for that. So yeah. It's all these little teeny things that have to fall into place to make things work out. And it's like, not having that warehouse job really effed it all up for me, because everything was going to be fine, 3 weeks was all I needed to work that job, and that would have been okay, but I'm not gonna injure myself further to the point where I'm gonna need a second knee surgery. That makes no sense because how can I pay for the knee surgery? So yeah. It's like a little catch-22 circle, you know? Whatever. I don't know. What else? So much going on in the world. I will learn to type one day. You're okay. Hey, Bernice. A Freaky Friday, yes. Freaky Fridays. Remember, I do have a website. Many of you don't know that, but it's crystalvanner.com. My calendar is there. You can see when the next Freaky Friday is. It's next month. It's the second Friday of the odd numbered months. So next month, which will be right around my birthday. So I got to really think about something to do because I don't know. What should we do? You guys know everything about me. If you've been on one Freaky Friday, I have freaked out. I have no more freak left in me. You know everything about me. I have opened up and shared so much with you guys. It would be nice if I could get some other people to do a live with me on the Freaky Friday. You know what? I might do a call-in live. I gotta figure out how to do that. So there's this channel that I follow, and he does a live every weeknight, Monday through Friday, and he uses this app that we can call in and video, and we can talk to each other. I might figure out how to do that on my laptop for next month's Freaky Friday, so people can call in using the app or their laptop, and we can chat face to face and maybe have some interviews or some Q&As about freakiness. I don't know. I have to think about that one. It's also going to depend on where I am. This Freaky Friday is at night, and if I'm not parked somewhere where I can talk in the van at night. Alright, I'll figure it out. Even if I have to go to a friend's house and do it, I'll figure it out. I will figure it out! Gus in the Bus wants to know who's the guy that you follow that does call-ins. So his channel has nothing to do with van life. I will say that for the most part, most of the YouTube channels that I follow and watch, probably more than half of them have nothing to do with van life. I follow and watch very few van life channels. Yeah, that's just the way it is. It seems like every year I less and less watch van life videos. Anyway, his channel name is called Video Call-In Show, and he basically does like channel reviews, and like he has a graphic media type background for numerous years, and he will like review your channel, give you tips on it. Like Wednesday is like channel face-to-face review, so you can call in, he'll bring you up on the screen, he'll pull up your channel, tell you what things he would change, like with your thumbnails and your header and on titles and all that jazz. But also he just has a really fun personality, older gentleman, and every night is something different. Like I think tomorrow it will be my first time being on a Friday. I always forget because it's East Coast time. So I think it's 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock on the East Coast time, I think. But I always end up forgetting because that's like 7 o'clock my time, and so I'm not really ready to wind down. And so sometimes I'm sitting out there talking to Miss V or something, so it's like, oh yeah, the video calling show's on. So I had to set an alarm reminder to remind me. Anywho, so it's something different all the time, and you can call in and just chat. Like I have a, I'll have to put a link to my interview. He interviewed me. It was supposed to be a channel review, but it ended up being an interview because he was interested in van life and what I was doing as far as van life. And so, and a lot of his followers were too, because it's not a van life channel, so it's not like something they've been looking into. Anyway, I'll put a link in this live video after it's all done and processed. I'll put a link in the description below and in the comments below of my interview on his channel, and then that way you can go check out his channel. Anyway, it's a fun channel. It's really fun. Patrick says Google Hangouts give you a temporary number, I think. Yeah, so this Zoom, it's called Zoom, Zoom. It's an app. I have it on my phone and I have it on my laptop, so it's the same type of thing. So each time you want to start a Zoom conference or meeting, it gives you a number. And so that's how you would do it. So yeah. Anyway. All right, RV, thanks for joining. Wild Feather says I'm a tarot reader, herbalist, fiber artist. Okay. Doug says you're one of the few van channels I watch. Gus doesn't live in a van, so I watch his also. Wait, Gus in a van doesn't actually live in a van? Okay, that's interesting. Wild Feather says, I have Zoom. Gus has great videos. Denmark. Hey, from Denmark. Good morning. Good night, CC. Anyway, I'll have to think of something special for next month's Freaky Friday, because since it'll be so close to my birthday, we got to do something special for that. Why do I feel like something just crawled on me? I feel like something just crawled up on me. I think it was... Okay, I hope it was not. It was a weird feeling. Maybe I'm getting sleepy and I need to get off. Anyway, I gotta do something special for next month. It's gonna be close to my birthday. It's gonna be our first Freaky Friday in 2 months. So it's like, come on, I gotta do something special. So it would be cool to have people call in. I do want to have a special video this summer with my son, because last summer we did a live video and I had to take it off. And I'm not gonna talk about why I had to, but somebody complained that they were in it or something. I don't know. We were at a function, so anyway. So I want to do a live video with my son too, like a drinking game video with him. And I've already talked to him about it a little bit, and so he was like, okay, we'll have to talk about it more in person when you get here. I don't think he's up for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some random, like, embarrassing type questions, like questions that I would not want to answer in front of my son, and questions he would not want to answer in front of me. And so basically what it is kind of like a truth or dare. You either answer the question and just be embarrassed, or you have to take a shot. So we're going to do that as a live video, I think. I would like to do it as a live because I would like for you guys to ask the questions maybe, or maybe I'll just take emails for the questions, like a couple of weeks in advance, ask you guys for email suggestions for the questions, and then write them on cards or something and just film it so I can edit it. Because there's probably going to be cussing and I don't want to, yeah. I probably can't monetize that video. Oh, Gus in a bus. Oh, he lives in a bus. I see. Never mind. Doug says he's going to streak through the camp for Freaky Friday. I'm going to be on the East Coast. Yeah. Oh my God, that's too funny. Go to bed. Good night. Text me if you get up early in the morning. Good night, Aunt Catherine. Anyway, if you ever watch BuzzFeed videos on social media, like on YouTube and on Facebook, how they do that drinking game where, you know, it's like a parent and a child, or sometimes it's siblings, and they have a stack of index cards and they like just randomly draw, each person draws a card and asks the other person the question, and it's up to the person to decide if they want to answer it or drink. Basically, it's that concept from those videos. I was watching it one time. I was like, you know what, this would be really fun to play with my son. So we'll see if he's up for it. I hope he's up for it. I want to do. Lori Ann, like, what did I miss? You didn't miss a whole lot. A lot of people going to bed, and I'm going to be right behind them real soon. But I'm going to leave this live up so you guys can watch this live. The last couple of Up All Night lives that I didn't leave up. But I will leave this one up because it's not super long. So I'm going to say goodnight because I want to get up early in the morning. I have something that I want to do tomorrow morning that I'm not going to say here on this live, but I will do some video footage of it, and it'll probably be a kind of a long video. But everybody's going to think I'm nuts if I do decide to do it, so I don't want to say anything because I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow, if I'm going to do it next week, or if I'm going to wait till I get back to the East Coast. So I don't want to say anything yet, but the wheels have been turning is all I'm going to say. The wheels have been turning. This is what happened when you have too much time on your hands. So I'm just like sitting here like, ooh, what if? And what if? And ooh, what if that? Oh, what if that? So anyway, if I do it, I'll video it. You'll see it at some point. If I end up not doing it, or if I do it and don't like it, then you won't see it. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thanks for jumping on the live. As you're leaving and exiting, don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me, okay? Bye. Mwah.